Great morning, guys, and welcome to the morning market report. Only here in the Piper Academy, where Mr. Piper is, of course, the host. But I'm taking over just for a little second, and I know what you guys are thinking. That my crop top looks amazing. Hey, it is not. It is actually a shirt. Let me show you. There you go. But so far, I won't let you go without that picture of me just wearing nothing on top. Just kidding. So let's get it, guys, because today we have a lot of talk to do. And Piper, I see you in the comments, man. You need to get back in the show because you're just taking vacations. And dude, Iran is training to attack. China's stuff is rising tariff. Man, you need to put some order around here, my friend. All right, let's get it because today we have a lot to talk about. There's not that much on the news side, but I think we need to analyze what's going to happen. We need to take a look at oil. We need to take a look at gold. We need to take a look at the thermometer that I did for you guys. Let's go and take it. Let's go and take it, guys, because I think it's time. It's time to visit the news. By the way, guys, shout out to you. You guys are amazing. I see Buck. What's up? He is a slacker. He says, "Morning, Harp. Welcome, Alexandra. What's up, Alexandra G? CF90. What's up, Army Piper in the house? What's up, my friend? Hopefully, you're doing fantastic." There is no vacations here. Moving across Texas is crazy. I bet, my friend. I bet. I mean, I've done that a couple of times, and it is not an easy task. Not in Texas, of course, but across the peninsula of Yucatan. But yeah, absolutely. We also have Average Joe Crypto. What's up, my friend? Welcome. We also have CF90 double shout out in here. Alexander G triple shout out. What's up, guys? Welcome. If I'm missing you, please let me know. Tell me, hey, OC, you are missing my name, bro. That is not acceptable. All right, let's go to the news because we have a lot of things to go over. All right, I know news, but I know I say news, but let's get started with Bitcoin. Bitcoin failed the first part of my supporting here. Is one of those days that I was like, hey, come on, buddy. I'm waiting for it. Come on, buddy. I'm ready for it. Come on, buddy. Don't lose the zero line. And all right, we lost the zero line. All right, so that's fine. I mean, nothing to do here. That's what happens. Well, sometimes we wait. We are right now on support. We can see the support is actually playing out very nicely so far. I'm going to leave this little box in here because this can act as a resistance. So far, we are zooming in so much. I think we need to zoom out just a little bit, right? So again, no chunky candles. Try not to get chunky candles in here. Not quite right now. Let me get this box out of the way. We'll need to remember that in the future. So far, we broke the triangle to the downside, creating the Bart Simpson that we were talking about. What was it? Monday, if I'm not mistaken. Remember that I told you guys this is pattern morphology. This is a great zone for the markets to dump, the market makers to dump the price action because everybody was euphoric because of the China deal. Talking about the China deal, it's not lasting as long as we expected. Friend the Tang, what's up, bro? Welcome. French Toaster, what is up, brother? Welcome, my friend. Nice to have you around, buddy. Great to have you. So, yeah. So far, it is playing out. The worst case scenario was playing out, which is a Bart Simpson. Not quite the worst case scenario, but plan B, it's playing out, right? On plan B, we were expecting entry right here at our red box and then entry at our middle point in here. If you took this entry right here, congratulations to you. I did not took it, though, man. Right, I need to listen to me more often, but that's because I'm waiting for the flip of the ribbon. The thing keeps going lower and I don't have my entry point set up. That's fine. I'll rather wait for then maybe a breakout retest. Off you go and enter either here or here. I know I'm gonna be missing a little bit of that movement, but that is fine. I'd rather go safely right now. Why? Because let's take a look in here now. Donald deal to get U.S.-China trade truce back on track is done. Donald says, right, and we already we can go over this. Trump says U.S. tariff will be set at 55%. China's at 10%. Lutnik says deals should resolve rare earth metals, minerals, magnet curbs, basically just exporting of rare metals. And deal aims to keep Geneva trade truce on track and no quite pro quo on high-end chips for rare earth metals. Well, we need to take a look at this because I think that that was the main point in here. Also, in the high-end chips and the rare earth metals. So half of that deal I think went all right. I don't know what they excuse, but so far we'll have to see with the end chip for rare earth metals. Entire Trump used his social media platform to offer some of the first details to emerge from 2 days of marathon talks in London that they had. And send five. Oh, thank you so much. I see Alexander G giving out five Piper Academy gift. Thank you, my friend. Really appreciate it. And it went to Ada Ace. Road Glide, what's up, my friend? Welcome. Lunchable, what's up? King Juve, what is up? And I think so far that's it. Crypto Trades, what is up, my friend? Welcome. Oh, Crypto Trades also took a gift right there. Thank you, my friend. Love it. Love it, Alexander. Thank you so much for stopping by. And thank you so much for those 5 Academy gift memberships. So also Trade Intuition in-house. What is up, brother? Welcome. BC Port Corp. Also, what's up, my friend? Nice to have you. By the way, guys, now that you are subscribers, go check it out. Go check out the Discord. We have a lot of things to offer. We have trade calls. We have a DCA plan in place. We have morning news. We have anything that you may imagine. It is right there. So take it full advantage of your membership. Mohammed, what's up, bro? By the way, I did read your question yesterday. It was a little bit too late for me to read it, but I'm gonna be tackling right now today, right? So I know you asked it twice. I saw that, so let's go over that. You were talking about how to combine your oscillators thing, right? Let me do it really quick, and this works for anything, right? So the first thing that I'm gonna be doing, it is adding my ADX thingy here, right? So it is ADX and DI. Where is it? The one that I should have it on favorites. Let's see. Here is directional movement index. Here it is, this one. I'm clicking it, and this is it, right? At this point, I'm gonna go to settings. I am gonna go to style. I don't want plus DI, neither negative DI. I do want key level, and my ADX is gonna be white, full opacity, a little bit thicker, right? That's it. Once I have it all set up, what I'm gonna be doing is going to my oscillator, right? In that case, it was another oscillator different than this, but you just grab it. Look at that. I'm gonna do it once again. I hover over the line. I see that little pointy hand, right? Or that hand pointing at the ADX, right? Grab it, keep it clicked, right? So I'm clicking and making some strength on the left button here, and then I drag it without leaving it, and then once I'm on top of that oscillator, I let it go, right? And at this point, I have it. So notice that to your right, you have your oscillator scale, and to your left, you have your ADX scale, right? Once you edit your scale on your left, you can grab it and push it up, down, left, well, not left and right, but up and down, and then make it smaller, thicker, all around, right? So I'm gonna be deleting this one because I'm not gonna be using it here. Just so you know, it's also in more detail on chapter oscillators and indicators. So go watch it on the Piper Academy. There's the full description. Just I didn't want to leave you out hanging there, my friend. And also thank you for your questions and stopping by both in the morning news and in the late show with Trading with OC. So thank you, my friend. BC Port Corp says, Chim IPO today, ready to make money, Nice, love it. All right, so the deal, it is going on well, it seems like it. Here we go, we're getting a total of 55 tariffs. In China is getting a 10% tariff. Nice. I think that is the most important part in here. He's calling it that China is not easy, but it is a beautiful deal. That's as on his words. Let's go to the next one. Well, today in the morning, everything was red. everything was red. Right now we can see S&P going green and Nasdaq going green. We have DJI red and also Russell 2K red, while VIX going up. Usually we see VIX and Bitcoin having a inverse relationship. So when we see this green, well, we can expect Bitcoin going lower, right? And what's happening here, yes, we're going low. At this point, we're finding some support. That's the only thing that I'm expecting, right? A flip of the ribbon so I can take my trade in. So far, this is a little bit of a mixed bag. We'll take a look at a further analysis ahead, but just stay with me here. So snapshot, Wall Street's open up lows at Middle East tensions rises. So this is, we're getting into the thumbnail of today. What's going on in the Middle East? What's happening? Well, so far, just so you know how we open up, as you can see, the S&P 500 fell 12 points, but now from that fall, we are back at plus 0.14 or plus 8.48 points. So not doing that shabby. Still not good to see the drop in the morning, in the early morning, right? Also right here, dollar hints to 2025 low. Middle East tensions fuel risk of mode. This is the point. Fuels risk of mode, right? So we need to be a little bit careful out here. Things are changing, right? I mean, come on. We're just getting out of a beautiful China deal, right? I mentioned yesterday, if things are going great, if we're not escalating in China, well, I think everything is going to go higher and we're going to be bullish. What happened? We start to get bullish on the markets. Well, I also give you the little bit of a warning here. This is the point where we can see maybe a retracement. We need to be worrying. Come on, man. I mean, Trump wanted an Iran nuclear deal fast. Now he may get military confrontations. Come on, Iran. We're making it, we having a party. We're chilling out here. Go home, man. You're drunk. Please don't come strike with military stuff all around. We're trying to take the peace. We're trying to, party in peace. Hopefully we did it. This was a party pooper. I mean, I'm not thinking in Iran itself, right? The people or anything, but government. Oh my God. Come on. So this was kind of like a slap across the face. I mean, this is the main reason why we're going rest off. What's going on here? Well, what is military and confrontation had to do with also in the Iran area? Well, Middle East, we know it has to involve oil. What else in there? Well, defense departments, we can start looking into that kind of assets. Oil, of course, gold, because we have something that resembles a W, if you know what I'm talking about, right? That also will makes the market fear and flee to gold. So we need to take a look at that at those points. The Pentagon has ordered the withdrawal of troops and non-essential stuff from embassies in Baghdad, Kuwait, and Bahrain, as tensions spiked between the U.S. and Israel and Iran. So I know those two guys, come on, they cannot see each other in the party. Oh, come on. Iran, well, let's not criticize that because there's centuries, well, not centuries, but there's been decades of conflict in here. And who am I just to comment on that, right? So let me just retrace that little comment in here, right? Let's keep it simple. Iran's defense minister exposed hope for the ongoing nuclear deal talks. Great, that's something helpful. But, and always we need to see that little but, right? Warn, Tehran could strike American assets in the region if attacked. Of course, it shouldn't be attacked, but what's going on here? U.S. Middle East envoy Steve Witkoff is set to meet with Iranian Foreign Minister Abbas Araghchi, if that is how you pronounce it, in Oman on Sunday for further discussion. So Tensions. Let's do a little pray. Not to get into this. This is not gonna be good for anyone. At least not at this point. I mean, we have cracks going through up and down. Right at this point, we have LA not having a good outcome. Military guard, it's there now, having a great deal with China. At least we're talking, and then both parties are settled. That was fantastic. But then, army confrontations might shake out things farther ahead. Things are not doing well. Let's go for one of the guys that I follow here. He is from Latin America. Great guy. He does good news and also great analysis. Israel plans to execute a military attack at Iran. That's what he's saying. That will affect potentially the price of petroleum or a barrel of petrol, right? Bitcoin, #Bitcoin, and the how do you translate that? The stock markets in the U.S. And the stock market to the U.S. reacts to the downside. We saw that at the bottom. So kind of like a weird translating Spanish to English, but I actually do it the other way around. But yeah, this is the headlines on Twitter right now. As you may see, we're back at X marks the spot. So what does that mean? Let's take a look at what the Kobayashi said. JP Morgan on potential Iran attack. What is up on that? An attack on Iran could spike oil price, as we already have seen, to somewhere around 120, driving U.S. CPI inflation to 5%. So we'll see. What is the CPI? Do we have those numbers? Let's take a look at that in the next episode. President Trump's top priority has been lower energy prices for lower inflation, and this might ruin it. Not all, just also, not only the energy prices, but also transportation prices. Come on, we just got a spike on oil because we have come like a good deal with China, and now this, no thank you. But an attack driving oil prices at 120 will put the rate hikes back on table. So rate hikes back on table. And remember, we've been trying to get a rate cut so far. In fact, Donald Trump has been pushing, thank you, honey. It's been pushing for rate cuts so far for a full point. So what do we have in here? Well, Federal inside rate decisions June 2018. Well, we're getting closer here. 6 days, 4 hours. How is it looking? Well, then, not much of a change though, but 1.2. Well, I think the answer, it is basically set. Again, this is not what Jerome Powell is going to be saying. This is what the experts think, and the expectations are set on basically staying at the same areas in here as where we are. So no change in there. Let's go take a look at what Guru says. Just in, President Trump says the China trade deal is great, and then it comes, oh man, Iran to not to play along. Just in, China's public companies DDC Enterprise buys an additional 38 Bitcoin. Perfect. We still see that institutional interest, even when Bitcoin, it is a risk asset, right? So that is great. That is steady. That tells me that maybe this drop might not be that profound or that deep as we might be expecting, but we need to wait for a little bit to see. So go back in here. We do have a just in Watch Guru. US PPI data rises. Thank you. To 2.6% lower than expectations. Remember what we talked about, the PPI data, and also the what would maybe the CPI and PPI, right, hiking back on the table. Well then, actually Grok make the analysis for us. Thank you, Grok, and thank you, Alex, colleague Born. So what happens here? Rises 2.6 lower than expectations. The US PPI rose 2.6 year over year in May 2025, below expectations of around 2.7 or higher. As you can see, it was 0.1% lower. Not that bad, but still not good at all, right? PPI tracks wholesale prices changes, hinting at future consumer price trend. A low trend expected rise suggests middle inflation pressure. Again, it's not the inflation itself, it is middle inflation pressure, right? So we're seeing this data and we're saying, all right, you know what? We could be having inflation heading to our way in kind of like a not that bad, not that easy. So in a middle price point, right? Or importance. So not going that low. So let's take a look at here. This could lead the Federal Reserve to hold. We're holding so far, or cut interest rates, impact loan and mortgages. So markets may see stocks rise and the US dollars weakens as rate hikes fears ease. So while this could slow rates price increases, it might also signals weak economy demand. Data is mixed. This is important. Data is mixed. Yes, we know. And expect implications remain uncertain. Of course, that's why we're keeping a track of this. By the way, I think this has to do also in a way with the tariff. As you may see, well, China not exporting, we not consuming, or US not consuming Chinese goods, so on and so forth. So, well, adding to this, remember when I mentioned when will Trump let go a little bit, ease out on those tariffs, because there's a breaking point, and I think he's good at understanding where is that heading. I mean, at least he was, you guys have struck a deal with China, isn't it? So I think that both of those countries let go a little bit, right? I would say that we're basically where we started, Geneva, right? So once again, we are easing out on those tariff things, and I think that is playing out by sound, right, as it goes. So things are going meh, right? As it says, it's a mix, and expect some uncertainty recently, right? Let's get back to Bitcoin now. We are 30 minutes in. Let's take a look at a couple of altcoins, guys. Let me know, what are you guys looking into? What are you guys are expecting? Also see username in the house. What's up, brother? Welcome, welcome. I see something like talking about a hole or something. Phone in a hole. What? You start a phone in a hole? Not really. JR, what's up? Dave Digital, what's up? Symmetries. I think I'm doing better. I don't know. Let me know. By the way, whenever I'm done pronouncing your name correctly, let me know. I'll try to do it. I try to do it better. So also says, many thanks to OC for holding down the stream. Oh, my pleasure, my friend, my pleasure. Thank you, Alexander. Also, thank you, all of you guys, because they would have been a stream without you guys. So it's not me. I'm just showing off. You guys are making the likes. You guys are making the comments. You guys are making it all the show. So thank you so much, guys. That's why I got you all the way there, because I want to show off who is in the chat, because you guys are the most important part of the Piper Academy. Let me shine you a big heart in here. So thank you, guys. You guys are holding this up. Crypto Princess, hey, Crypto Princess, what's up? Good day, indies and ladies and gentlemen. What's up, Crypto Princess? Your Majesty, welcome. So let's continue. Let's take a look at what could be happening here. Let me go to a cleaner chart in Bitcoin. Let's also go over what we've been talking about. So before we clean up, let's mess things up a little bit, right? So let me get to this one here. Let me zoom out. And remember, we were talking about a possible head and shoulders, right? The first head and shoulders was this one in here, right? Going up, then falling back down. Well, what happened in here? Break back inside, and we created this this low in here, right? Perfect. It's not bad at all. Then we rejected back on the shoulder in here. So once again with the head and shoulders. So what's going on here? I still stand either in between this line, so no changes so far, right? Just so you know, or this line in here, this other line in here. So far, let me just get this out of the way for now, all right? So we have a cleaner picture of what's going on. And then we could be looking into either this as a head, shoulders, all right? I know we have pushed it once, V-shaped recovery. This usually tells me that the first head and shoulders are not going to be playing out. But again, what if this is the actual shoulder and then we're pushing upwards to then fall back down? This is not for sure, but we are looking or trying to forecast our analysis, all right? So what is the deal now? The deal now, it is that we have a bigger support right down here. I do expect to hit that support and then have my flip of the ribbon, finally, right? So we'll see. We'll see when that happens. But so far, this is what I want to see, a bouncing here, right? That will put us more into a rising channel, which still, I mean, this is a rising channel, but usually rising channels break to the downside. But remember, we're still in a macro uptrend, right? Yes, we broke the trend right here, but we cannot ignore the fact that we keep pushing for higher low and higher, trying to do a localized higher high, right? We haven't just yet broke the previous all-time high. We're not that far away, right? Even that we're retracing, we're not that far away, because this retracement we hold, I mean, if we hold even the previous low, right, that means we could go into the megaphone that we previously created in here. The megaphone, that could be also the base of the bigger head and shoulders, all right? So this is what we are looking into. We need to give it a little bit of timing here. It's not that this is just gonna resolve right away, but so far, 105, it is my next target, looking for that flip of the ribbon to play out. Let's go to a little bit more of a messy chart in here. Hopefully I have not, I have not erase much of here. And remember that we've been tracking this area right here, right? Remember, let me turn on my my indicators here for a little second. There we go. We're tracking this area right here. In fact, I copy all the way from here, going lower, all the way up there, all right? So now that we have said that, well, what happens, I copy it, I paste it right here. This is, can I grab this, please? Can I grab that, please? All right, this is it, right? And not only that, we've been tracing almost 1-to-1. Remember this upranging zone, breakout, breakout, right? Going higher to this little retrace, next one high in here, next one high, retracement from where we're expecting, lower shoulder up, look at that. We are right on track, guys. We are still 1-to-1 in this chart. This one here, for me, it is this one here. So is it something that we're not expecting from back in the day? No, it is something that we have been expecting. Guys, we've been tracking this ever since we start breaking this support somewhere around 25 of February, right? So this is not new. We've been tracing 1-to-1. So what is next? A big drop, maybe lower low, right? To create that retracement, big retracement. That's why we have our possible entries. So we retrace to this area. So most likely we could, if this is repeating itself, we could be seeing a dip all the way to 97, 93K, all right? Once again, with the 97, 93, it's not out of the table, all right? Still, let's not panic just now so far, because we haven't broken key supports so far. But just so you know, if this keeps playing out, we're gonna be looking at 97, 93-ish zones, all right? That'll be fantastic for me, because we can buy some more cheap Bitcoin, all right? What are we gonna be looking in here? A failed goose head that comes back around and lose the zero line. I was expecting a little bit more extended flip of the ribbon here. We did have it, but a little bit more violent, would push through with strength. Fine, we are on track, all right? Let's go back into a cleaner chart. Remember, we created a boxing here looking for a 50% and a 1/3 movement. The 1/3 movement, it's playing out fantastically, right? And remember, this box, As I revealed yesterday, this box, it is a pseudo Fibonacci retracement. So as you can draw a box, do not fear the Fibonacci. Go watch yesterday's video about Fibonacci. I explained it, the Fibonacci retracement. I think I explained it easy, but also give you a little bit of nerdy facts, just so you understand where is it coming from and where all of those lines come from. But also, as easy as we draw this box, as easy as you draw your Fibonacci. So go check it out. Kelefant in the house. What's up, Kelefant? Welcome. David Brombolo. What's up, David? Welcome, my friend. Great to have you. Who else is in here? Username, double shout out, my friend. Just for you, brother. Who else is in here? BC Port Cup, triple shout out. What's up, my friend? I think that's it. All right, so let's move on with a couple of other altcoins. So let's go over hashtag Ethereum, right? We were having, look at that, we did not ring on that alert. We were, oh my goodness, look at how close we got to that alert. It was a what percent? Less than a 1%, less that, I don't know. That was less than a 1%. That was a 0.3%. Well, it happens, right? It happens. Well, just so you know, I did not take the short on Ethereum. That's fine. Did not ring my alert. That's fine. I'm looking for that support. We're having that support. I'm looking now to see what's going to happen with my oscillator right down here. I need to see that flip of the ribbon or that goose head playing out. Seems like it's going to be a flip of the ribbon, but at this point, we need to give it some time. As long as I don't lose that 2,600, 2,700 zone, I'm not going to be closing the trade that we took all the way down here. Remember, we still win a quarter entry from all the way down here, taking TP number 1 here, then letting it run, not coming back. If we don't lose this area, we'll keep it open. If we lose this area, we close our trade, all right? So what's going on with Litecoin? All right, Litecoin, we did have an upcoming movement here. What happened? Move our stop to entry. It retraced back on us, and well, we're out of that trade. Too bad. We did took 50% out. That's fine. Let's go and take out BNB. It's not about the breakout, it's about the retest, right? And then we're coming back to a support area. At this point, I'm still waiting for that support area to take some place, because I want to see if we're breaking through or if we are rejecting from the zero line. This is gonna be decisive for me to understand if I'm waiting a little bit for a further continuation to the upside, or if we're gonna be going lower than we expected initially. So let me explain. If we break through, well, then I'm going to be looking for a further move to the upside. If we reject, I'm going to be waiting or expecting a further move to the downside. All right, so that's what we got. This is plan B, just so you know. So let's go to XRP. XRP, we're still in the same hole. So we're not moving. Come on, XRP, do something. I was expecting a little bit of a higher breakout, and now the retest, it's playing out. The breakout, not so well. So let me just clear this up. Oh, we're in a daily, that's why. Let me clear this up. Here we go. I was expecting a further move to the outside and then a breakout retest. It's not really playing out this top area. So my target for entering the little short did not play it out. That's fine. What I'm going to be doing right now, it is expecting exactly the same thing that I'm expecting here. Waiting for my dynamic reactor to come into place. We're losing that dynamic reactor. We still have many things as support. Remember, when we bring it up, we have the money flow POC. We also have a trend line in here, which is, come on, where is it? There it is, a little bit lower. We also have at that zone a support. And finally, we had an order block, but seems like it's not anymore in there. We have the middle right here on our, come on, what is the name of this tool? Sorry for that. Input, here it is. And it is our, there we go, median movement in here from market dynamics. So basically, we're going to mother's milk for support. I still want to hold a little bit to look for that flip of the ribbon. So far, we're doing okay. We're not doing that bad. Let me set up here an alert for my money flow POC, because it seems like it changed of size. It was above here. Now it is right here at somewhere around 2.18. So losing some strength in the support, still, I'm not going to be calling out this possibility. I'm still not into a long. I'm still waiting here. So we have Crypto Chef. What's up, brother? Welcome, my friend. Welcome. Let's take a look at Link. I think we haven't looked at Link in here. Perfect. I was expecting maybe a continuation in here, maybe going all the way here for then a retracement, and then retracement back to dynamic reactor. So we fall short on the target top, but we nailed the target down. At this point, we're seeing a one single candle reversal here, right? This is fine. And what we can be expecting, well then, a flip of the ribbon. We need to be careful because we are getting below the R1 here, resistance 1. That means we could be going lower to mother's milk or MM at this area. Let's bring up a couple of other stuff in here. Let me just see where my oscillator is at. So my oscillator, not this one. I want to see, there it is. So remember what we're expecting. We're expecting tiny candles and change of color. Tiny candles and change of color, right? I think we're close to that. Why? Because we are on reversal zones, almost on reversal zones, right? And having this big body candle in a bigger time frame, this is like a absorption zone, all right? Like a big wick in a bigger time frame, which usually calls for low movements. Perfect. Once I break out, I'm going to be jumping in for a long. So let me long it from here, and then my stop loss is going to be right there and aiming to my previous highs at a risk reward ratio of 1.27. Remember, as I'm breaking through, I'm going to be taking a 1/2 of a trading here, and I need to set my alert right there. Perfect. I think we got it all figured out in this on Link. Let's take a look at ADA. ADA basically exactly the same. Something interesting now that we have a clean Canva in here, let me show you that we have a trend line in here. The trend is over when the trend line is broken, but also what if we're making a lower high, a higher low, because still this could be considered a higher low. I know this one is not really in line, but we'll see if we don't lose the 67. Let's go for the 67 sharp in here, or 69.9, somewhere around here. Oh, come on. And add it. There it is. If we don't lose this area, I would say that we are good for a next continuation. So what would that look like? Going above dynamic reactor, retracing my entry, and off we go. All right. So far, so good. Where aren't we looking for shorts, guys? Not for me right now. Where opportunity was in here, we did not took it. That's fine. What are we expecting here? Losing trend lines, retracing, having rejection. If we have rejection up here, that's when we turn bearish, all right? And this is truth with ADA, with Link, with XRP, and with BNB, all right? But so far, I know we're red, but we're trying to make that push through that dynamic reactor, and technically we have put a lower low, but no a lower high, all right? If we put a lower high and we lose the trend line, that's when we turn bearish, all right? Just giving you guys that heads up. That's what I got. Let's go for Solana. Solana exactly the same. In fact, I was expecting that higher movement here. We did not have that higher movement. Still fine. It is playing out as we expected, right? So what are we expecting now? A bounce. Are we having that bounce? Yes, we're having that bounce. Slightly below of the area that I was expecting. That's fine. But again, exactly the same as ADA, Link, and XRP. All right. So looking forward for maybe the next movement on Solana. Perfect. So I think that is it for today, guys. Let's leave it like that. I do need to prepare for the next upcoming class. It is nonstop. It is nonstop for me. So today I have a full pack day. So guys, let me go into the solo cam. Because guys, thank you so much for visiting the morning market report every single day. I appreciate it. I try to give you guys the best news, the best correlation news, and of course, how the markets are playing out. At this point, I would say that it is waiting zone and preparing for a possible long, unless we start having some bearish confirmation, Once again, guys, you guys are the best. You guys are the most important part of the Piper Academy. And as always, thank you guys and see you guys tomorrow.
I don't know what they keep telling me. I don't know what they keep telling me. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. Ain't no school like Piper Academy. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after the wheels fall off. I know you hungry for knowledge, that's profit appetite. Classes in session, this for the Army Piper acolytes. Trade flag at the soul, train ready. What a line from OCI, from a Mexican spaghetti. Yo, crunch crypto with a deep dive to reject dime. And if you like the visual powered by Car Prime, then you were part of that alumni, that's all spine. But if you have step, fall back to offline. We'll keep that front line covered, even when we're dead and gone. We'll find a way to keep going, cause we gon' keep on rolling after the wheels fall off. Sound off.
To get with them, the ZTS rhythm. Rip it, Alexandra.
Yeah, that's my alumni, you know what I mean?
That was awesome, dude.